we got a soft tissue medium. Just a big roast. Oh! What's up guys, welcome back to the Utah Airguns channel. Today we are talking big bores, specifically the new Airforce Tex Rex. And I think they call it the Rex because T-Rexes are big and this thing's a monster. So this is the 50 cal. I think the whole goal of this Tex Rex was just straight raw power. So they gave it a carbon fiber tank. Obviously carbon fiber tanks mean a lot higher pressure and more air because you need a lot of air to push a 50 cal slug as fast as this is. They're advertising up to 1,100 foot-pounds shooting slugs at 1,200 feet per second, which is pretty crazy. So you guys that are into big game air rifle hunting, this is gonna be the gun for you. So let's jump into some of the more specific stats on the gun real quick. So start off, the barrel is a 34-inch Lothar Walther barrel. So that is a very high quality barrel. You're gonna get super good accuracy and consistency out of this barrel. And that is something that is, I mean, obviously accuracy is paramount, especially when you're hunting, being an ethical hunter, because you have the energy, but if you don't have the energy, energy doesn't make up for bad shot placement. So if you have energy and accuracy, that is the perfect recipe for ethical hunting. So this is going to be really good at that. On the back, like I said earlier, we've got a carbon fiber tank now. It is a 500cc tank that fills to 4,500 PSI. So you get a lot of air capacity there. So it's saying you'll get 4 to 5 consistent shots exceeding 750 foot-pounds of energy. So that's pretty freaking impressive, getting 750 foot-pounds of energy and 5 shots delivering that kind of energy out of this. That's kind of unheard of in really, really big bore guns. One of the big upgrades that I'm a big fan of is this new forend. It's nice and comfortable if you're just gonna freehand, but there's also M-lock on the sides and on the bottom, so you can now add like a pick rail to attach a bipod, and I think that is a big upgrade on these Texan guns, the Air Force guns. That's kind of been a long time coming, if I'm being honest. They also have your standard 11mm dovetail up here for scopes. We added some of the Eagle Vision pick adapters. We threw on a Hawk scope, and those dovetails continue down the forend of the gun so that you can attach other accessories. Some people like to even run these with iron sights, so you can attach your front sight post up here if you want to be old school like that. And without the scope, it's coming in at around 8 pounds. So if it is going to be one of your go-to hunting guns, it's not that heavy. Like, I think we're probably pushing 10 pounds now with just a scope. You might be 11 and a half with the bipod. That's pretty good. That's not a bad hunting rifle. Obviously, this is not moderated, so you'll probably want some ear pro on when you shoot this, because this is going to be delivering a significant amount of energy, and that energy is loud. So one of the new things with the Tex Rex is it is adjustable for power. So that means when it talks about those 750 foot-pound of energy shots, 5 of those shots, you can adjust it down to be capable of that, or you can adjust it up to, you'll obviously have fewer shots, but you'll have a lot more energy, where it states it's getting over 1,100 foot-pounds, 1,200 feet per second. So that is a first for these Texan guns, the Air Force guns. So that's pretty cool. So if you don't need all that power, then you can have quick follow-up shots, or if you just want to plink, shoot a little bit longer range like you can with these big bores, you can tune it back and get a few more shots per fill, so you're not constantly filling your gun. But you're still going to be filling a lot more than you normally would, because that's just the nature of big bores with big projectiles. So now it'd be kind of a lame just studio video to have all this power and not show it. So we're going to go out to the range. I think we're going to go and do some soft tissue testing, because this is a big game hunting rifle. So we're going to go grab some roasts, some raw roasts, and we're going to shoot them. I just want to see what kind of wound channel this would make, because it's a hunting rifle. So we're going to shoot some 380 grain slugs at some good chunks of beef and just see what it does. So I think that'll be pretty entertaining, pretty educational, but let's go to the range. All right, we're at the range. We're gonna do our first shot with the Tex Rex 50 cal. We have a gong at about 200 yards. We haven't done a lot of data gathering with this yet, so I'm just gonna swag some data real quick. All right, everybody got ears? That thing hammers. Kind of hurts. All right, guys, to test the energy and, you know, hunting applicability for the Tex Rex, we got a soft tissue medium, just a big roast. So we're gonna see what those, I think they're 388 grain hollow point slugs will do to this. We've got 2 of them, and we're gonna shoot them. We'll put a GoPro right next to them, so it should be pretty cool. We'll see what like a wound channel looks like. If there's any left to see a wound channel, it might blow it apart completely. So it's kind of what I'm hoping for, honestly. Okay, we've got the roasts out there, and I'm hoping they blow up. So let's try it. Everyone ready? Oh, there's a fly on it, perfect.
Oh!
Cool. Let's go inspect the damage. That's crazy. Whoa, there's your wound channel all the way through. That's pretty nasty. So that's the entry hole. Let's shoot the other one now. All right, second roast. Did it just take the top off? All right, that one went just a touch high and kind of split his wig a little bit, so.
Anyone want some hamburger?
Yeah, we just started chuck. That's pretty gnarly. I hit a little bit higher and it probably just glanced up, but you can see that the slug probably expanded really well because in the video you'll see it through meat everywhere. So a lot of energy coming from that gun. All right, we're gonna shoot a 200-yard diamond and see if we can print a little group on it. Is that just on the lower edge?
Yep, lower right edge.
It is winging them. Almost 1,000 FPS with
2 shots on
388 grain slugs. Wow, yeah, that is 2 shots. That's impressive.
A standard deviation of 0.3.
We're filling it up every shot, just, you know, it's a very high capacity, high power gun. Standard deviation of 0.3 FPS. That's pretty impressive. There you go. 990, that's still super consistent.
That was literally exactly on top of the last shot.
I saw the slug come flying off of it. It kicks, but it shoots. Super good SDs. It'd be a great long-range air rifle. RMAC coming up, this might be a contender. All right, guys, so that is our little breakdown on the Airforce Tex Rex. Super high power, extremely consistent, pretty efficient. You can tune it down if you want to get more shots per fill, but for this demonstration, we just wanted raw power because that's kind of the whole point of this gun, and it delivered that. So very impressed. I don't shoot a ton of big bore, but I like this gun. This is just a pretty brief demonstration on this gun, but we have a pretty exciting hunt using this gun coming up. So look out for that video. It'll be in the next few weeks. But yeah, guys, let us know if you have any questions on the Tex Rex or any other big bore stuff. Don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.